Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are in Arkansas and everyone's been doing some of the same things in Arkansas. Let's just drive through it. This is my first drive. Oh, this is my first drive in Arkansas. I was really excited to look at the dynamic loading and unloading of logs, and we will get to that. But a lot of people are doing that kind of stuff, so we're going to do something completely different. We got a brand new state, and we're really going to focus in one area today, and we're going to do some LTL work. I'll explain how everything works, and we'll get on the road and do our route, do some pickup and deliveries. As always, timestamps down below in the description if you want to skip around. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So if we take a look at Arkansas here, we are actually in the northwest corner, and we're going to be discovering Fayetteville and Springdale today. So we've got a bunch of places to pick up from, and how it is actually going to work is I'm probably going to end up picking up from one or two of the places where we can actually get jobs from, and the rest of it I've just found accessible places that look like businesses that I'm going to drive into. And what I'm really trying to do here is I'm really trying to get inspiration from a YouTube channel called Trucking Through Life, hosted by Chuck. He was or maybe still is, I don't know, we haven't seen any videos from him in a while. He is an LTL driver with Estes Express, and that's why we had the garage all pimped out in Estes Express. We also have it, we got a skin on the truck and the trailer as well. And the way Chuck usually does it is, this is local work, right? So we're not going from city to city, really. We're just going to pop around and look at some of the local shops. We might do a pickup. I think we've got an Ashley Furniture pickup. We do have this Cruise America. We do have a pickup from there. But there are tons of places to go in Springdale and Fayetteville. But only a few are going to be of these spots. The rest are just local places. And the way LTL works, as Chuck shows so well in his videos, there's really a couple different aspects of it. One aspect is more regional work, where you've got like twin pups, and you might be running, let's say you might be running from Fayetteville over to Wichita Falls, or Chuck is based out of Tulsa. And when Oklahoma released, I actually did one of these videos too. You can check that out. And it might be Tulsa down to Fort Worth or down to Austin. You kind of stay in the general area, but it is more long haul. And what we're working with today is more of the local stuff, where you go to your local garage. They've already got your trailer loaded up. It's usually a 53-footer. But it's not just deliveries for one place. It's deliveries for like 10 different places. And you have to go to all these businesses throughout the city and do all of your drops, right? So the everything inside the trailer is for different. So it might be 2 pallets for here, 3 pallets for that one pallet for the next one. And you go until you have an empty trailer, basically. And at that point, maybe take a break, depending on how busy you are. And then you start doing your pickups, and you go to each individual business. And I like picking the small places, the places that really aren't for actual pickup and deliveries, because it's actually pretty hard to get in and out of some of these. It does help that I have a day cab and I have a nice big window in the back, so even blindsiding isn't that bad. Even though I'm not that great at it. I'm not a real truck driver. But yeah, so kind of using Chuck's channel as an inspiration. And I'll have a link down to his channel. You can check it out. It's really helpful and gives you a nice insight into the world of LTL work, pickup and delivery. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Obviously, we have to simulate it. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get in the truck. So let's go ahead and pick up our trailer. Okay, so we are in an International today. I usually just use a Volvo, because that is what Chuck was driving. But we're going to feature an International today, since we got a skin for it. We also have a skin for the 53-foot dry van that we're going to pick up. It's the SES. The only other one that I saw that had an actual Estes skin for on the trailer was, I believe, the dry van reefer from John Ruda, but it doesn't allow us to simulate the back end of it, and we've got a nice little folding gate on it. And Chuck's whole thing was always, unless he gets special notice, he's supposed to just drive up to docks. And occasionally, when noted, he'll note that the place that he's picking up will have a forklift that can offload him in case they don't have a dock. But there have been a few occasions where it wasn't noted, and he had to manually lift the... Let's see if we can drop this a little bit. He had to manually drop the cargo like out of the truck and have someone help him hook it up. So what I just decided to do here, and we'll see it in just a second when I drive away, is we have a drop deck on it, or one of those fold-up decks that can go up and down. That way Chuck won't be pinned anymore. Let's get the trailer attached. As I said before, the load is already preset. I have my route, and it's got a whole bunch of different places. I think we're going to end up going and dropping off to 7 different places. 2 of those we're going to do a pickup as well, and then hopefully we can hit about 4 more and make it back. Timing should be okay. Timing is actually slowed down on city streets and stuff, as opposed to the 20-to-1 compression when you're running on highway. So we should be fine. I'm not going to make it perfect. In a perfect world, he'd probably get going around 7 a.m., make it back basically 5 o'clock or whenever it gets dark. So I'll let you kind of take a look here at the business. Got the it's the upgraded garage. If you upgrade it and install this garage skin, then you'll be good to go. But yeah, got the skin on the truck, got the skin on the trailer. We're looking pretty good, and we are about to start our deliveries. Obviously, this is RP'd. I don't actually have loads assigned, and the reason for that is because SCS doesn't allow us to actually simulate LTL work. You pick up from one place and you drop off at another, and then your trailer is empty. So it has to be simulated that we've got this entire trailer loaded up, set to go to 10 different businesses. And obviously the pickups too. I tried to get into there, but it's got a drop driveway and I got stuck on it. I actually did quite a bit of research on this and went and tried to find every available driveway and anything that looked like a business. Usually Chuck's delivering to small businesses, mom and pop places, things like that. A lot of recurring work, so he's going back to the same places, every other day or something like that. But we're going to try to simulate it and do the best we can. Sorry if I screw this up if Chuck is watching. Doubtful, but... Anyway, we're going to go ahead and hang it right here because we can't go much further. There's a lot of blocked off streets in Arkansas, and especially in Fayetteville and Springdale. But we're going to do our best. This first one that we're heading to, it's actually a place where you can get real work. And we're dropping off 2 pallets of brake pads. And it's right here. It's marked as the Acura. There's the little symbol right there at the beginning of the driveway, so that you can get the load. But they already have or they usually still have a door open for us back right here. Yeah, that guy's loading up stuff. So I'm just going to pop around and back right in. And here's where you're going to see my lack of skills. Chuck does this so great. Really, check out his channels. Give him some love. Support him. He does so good at giving us an insight into what the LTL life is like, and he's a freaking phenomenal driver. Obviously very, very experienced. Hit the horn, let him know we're coming back, and he drives a 53 footer, and he gets it into some places that is absolutely extraordinary. I have no idea how he does it. So I'm trying to do a little bit of justice here, just a little bit. Overcook that a little bit, trying to bring it right up to their door. And like I said, we've got that lift gate on the back, so that should be good. Pause the track IR. All right, we are dropping off at 10:55. We'll make a note of that. Go ahead and get all the paperwork ready. We'll get the door up and we'll get this delivered, and I will be right back. Yep. Shows we got two pallets of brake pads for you. You just go ahead and sign right here. That'd be great. All right, thank you. See, there's our little lift gate there. So in case we don't have any place to go, like a dock, we can just back that thing up, load up everything, and drop that gate. And that'll just about do it. We'll get that all set. This is delivery only. Again, we need to empty our trailer before we can fill it up. That's why we do the pickups later. And we'll get back in. And pretty good. 10:58. Only took 3 minutes. And we are off to our next one. We are going to a fast food place, or a little bistro. And it looks like they are getting a deep fryer. So we got one pallet. Just one deep fryer. All right, and we continue. And obviously, the faster you do this, the faster you can get back. Sometimes you can't help it because a lot of times, what Chuck is saying is you don't always know what your pickups are going to be. People place their orders late and everything, and yeah, you just don't know. You might have like records for like 3 or 4, maybe they're the usual customers, but you might get more pickups, like last minute orders, and it kind of extends your day. We got a Target here. We're not going to the Target today, but I'll try to point out as many of the... There's a lot of shops and a lot of places to pick up here in Fayetteville and Springdale. And I'm just, at the same time, I'm just kind of checking out all the landscaping and the trees and everything. It's just real unique to Arkansas. Still kind of just processing all that. We're about to go through like the main... Yep, gotcha. Got to turn that off. Maybe realistic in this type of truck. But yeah, we're going through like the main heart of Fayetteville right now. We've got a hospital, we've got the town church, we've got like a city hall. I think we've got a court building. That orange one right there, that big one may be the court building. Maybe we can just kind of check it out real fast. Yeah, there's the courthouse. Church is up there on the left, hospital over there on the right, and we still don't have a green light. Looks like we got another church that we're out in front of right now. Great detail, loving the vegetation. It's all unique to Arkansas. Way different than what we've seen in the past in other states. I am driving a 10-speed. That's what Chuck would be driving, along with this Paccar MX-13. A little bit slow rolling as you would expect in any town where you come through the main drag here. And so I just flew basically the entire city, and I was looking for every little driveway that I could get into that looked like kind of a small mom and pop business. That wasn't a pickup spot, because it's kind of cool to find those. A lot of people like to find the hidden roads. I do too, but I like to find like the small businesses and try to RP some of this LTL work. Coming through the drag, there's the church. Hospital and medical center is up on the right. We're going to be taking this off to the right. And we're going to be slowing down a little bit because we're popping into this little bistro where we're going to drop off this deep fryer. This is a tight little turn, and I do have to kind of stop traffic a little bit. It's this little guy right up here, this orange building. Looks like that with that Tesla out front. And those cars were not there when I did this before. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to hit the horn to let them know we're coming back, so that they're not blocking us. Nope. That's why. Oh, they're right on our tail now. See, they're not supposed to do that. Not supposed to do that, buddy. I got to back into that driveway. Now what are you going to do? Alright, so what we're going to have to do, now that they're blocking the driveway entirely, is I'm just going to have to run over them. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try a different path. Stay away from me. Stay away from me, buddy. You're already making this really hard. I'm going to have to go over the curb to deliver this. Wanted to go in that driveway, but AI loves to just ride your bumper. See if we can't avoid taking out that sign. I don't care if we take out the Audi or whatever that is that got in our way to begin with. Pull away from the sign and we can get that turn. See, Chuck would be able to do that no problem from the cab, even though he wouldn't do that. He's actually a good driver, but then again, he's probably dealing with non-AI traffic. People that, where you can actually, you know, look at a human being and say, it's very clear I'm trying to back this up. Why don't you work with me a little bit? Now let's go forward a little bit. I'm going to be able to make it over that curb, and we stalled. I've stalled with this thing so many times. I don't know if it's the transmission or the engine or the combination that I picked out, but it's not working. There we go. Let's go forward just a little bit more, and we'll square it off a little bit. That's what I didn't do the last time. Tough parking in here, and last time I tried this, again, those cars were not there. That maroon SUV and black truck was not here. Go ahead and get the brake on, and I'm going to go ahead and run this deep fryer in, and I will be right back. We got to note it. 11:16 is when we are dropping off. I'll be right back. All right, got that one delivered. Next one is right across the street. Next to that place, not the hardware place, but the one right next to it. It's a it's an auto body repair shop, and we are dropping off. What are we dropping off here? We actually have 3 pallets. We're dropping off some bumpers, prefab bumpers. That van was also not there, and that truck was not there. Seems to be populating more now. So I want to go into that right over there, into those doors. This is going to be a little bit more difficult now that there are vehicles here. I don't think I'm going to clear that van, to be honest with you. Oh, we must have. We must have. Nice. And then I think we're going to have to go over that curb, but this is going to be really tight. Again, Chuck could do it, but then again, he's a real driver. Oh, I'm going to be taking out that van for sure. There's no way. There's no way I'm not taking out that van. Not with the trailer, but maybe with the cab here. Oh, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. Oh, man. Really getting into it here. Really getting into it. I'm going to have to be as close to those tires as possible. Again, I'm trying to do everything from the cab here, just like Chuck would be doing it. If he is watching this, he is in tears, either laughing or wishing that I would turn this off. Yep, got it. Gotcha. Well, you shouldn't have put your van there. I already planned this whole episode without your van. All right, that's going to be close enough. We're going to jackknife. Let me go ahead and drop off these 3 pallets of bumpers, and we'll be on to the next. All right, so I talked to the guy in the van, and he said, yep, I'm an idiot, because he's AI. So we both agree on that, and no damage. Didn't have to exchange information or anything. And I'm just going to kind of make my way out into traffic here because it's AI. And we got to get these deliveries done. So the next place we're going to, we are dropping off, looks like 2 pallets of tires. We got to get over because it's going to be up here on the right, just past this next intersection. In fact, the next 2 are really close. So we are still, just to remind you and check out the map, we are still in the main area of Fayetteville. We are going to loop around, head up to Springdale. There's a lot of places that are closed up here, roads and driveways, so we're only going to be making a few up here, and then we'll come back to the middle and return back to home base. But a lot of them that I can access were down here in Fayetteville, just to let you know in case you guys wanted to cruise around and try to replicate this. And that's pretty good timing. I'll leave that up so you can see the time. And it's this repair place, tires, oil and repair. This is another one where we're going to have to snake our way in, and it's not going to be too fun. Make it through the intersection just fine. But then we're going to be holding up cars. I'm going to try to stay in this lane just by itself, and maybe they won't think that I'm changing lanes and they won't be on me. Okay, reverse. We'll go ahead and hit the horn so they know we're coming back. We gotta kind of split this here, not take out this van. We gotta watch for oncoming traffic as we're about to go onto the other side of the road as well. See, it does help with this day cab and window. It's a big help. Still a lot of blind spots in here, though. We're going to do one pull-up. Sorry, guys. Because we got to deliver basically to the back of that auto repair garage here. And get it as close up for him as possible. That way, it's not too far to carry it off of the lift gate, or if their forklift comes out. Make sure we're still good over here. Looks good. I think that'll be good. We are out off the sidewalk. Go ahead and get the parking brake on. We're delivering this. Make another note at 11:31. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and get this delivered. Make sure they got the paperwork, and I will be right back. All right. We got that dropped off. Next one, like I said, is going to be real close. So we'll get going here. Wait for this traffic. But we're basically going to have to do the same thing we just did right now. Back it in at a steep angle off the street. We're going to this construction site up here. We looks like they've got a generator, so it's only one pallet. They did have another trailer in there. This one's going to be a little bit easier, but I still have to pull in. I can't turn around anywhere. See if we can angle it a little bit, give it a head start, hit the horn, let them know we're coming back. It's a fun little challenge trying to get in and out of these small places. And this is pretty much what Chuck does all the time. Give myself a nice little challenge. Oh, might have to hit the curb a little bit. Oh, we went around it. I think we went around it. Really should be checking my mirrors a lot more. Now I got some cars over there on the left side. Don't want to go too far. I might have to do another pull-up. See, I waited too late, just like the last time. But it's a pattern, and I can start to fix that. Work on my backing skills here. We're just going to put it over here in the corner, close to these pallets and that tree. Don't want to run it into that wall. Get it as close in there as we can for them. Nice. And it still gives some parking space to others so they can get in and out of that other business while we're here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing delivered. Time is 11:39. Yeah, well, we're right next door, so. All right, I'll be right back. Take a look at the paperwork here. All right, so the next one, we're going and we're headed over to another part of the map here. It's not too far away, but off this, first little grid here, and we're going to actually head over to the university. we'll do the drop-off, and I'll kind of show you the surroundings of what the university looks like as well. You can access like one small little road, and they've got a non-marked business, so can't do any deliveries out of it or drop-offs or anything like that, unless you're RPing it like I am here today. Get those 4-ways off. What are you guys thinking about this LTL work, this pickup and delivery work? It's kind of cool. Cool thing is, you know, when you're running those twin pups and doing it on a regional basis, I mean, they might be shorter drives than like cross-country drives and stuff like that, but you're still gone, you know, 5-6 days out of the week. With the this local work, this pickup and delivery, you do your shift, you clock out, and you go home. So it might be kind of appealing to a lot of people who want to, you know, stick nearby, see the family every day. Kind of cool. It's kind of more rare, I guess, when it comes to like truck driving. Normally you could be gone 20 days out of the month, and 5 or 6 days at a time, sometimes even longer if you're under pressure from your boss or something. But this local stuff makes it more like a 9 to 5. So I thought I was going to have a GPS in the dash, but that isn't working. I think the reason why it's not working, usually I would lose function of it when I installed Sissel's Mega Pack. I didn't try uninstalling it because this I was able to add a GPS really quick. Here's another pickup spot that you can get, by the way. Kind of a makeshift little construction zone that they're doing right there, but that is an actual pickup spot. Trying to look. You know what? I believe, yeah, that is the second Taco Bell in this area. We're going to see another one. Actually, we'll drive by it. We're not actually going to pick up anything because it's actually in the area of Springdale that doesn't have any accessible driveways or hardly anything. So the university's right ahead of us. We've got the stadiums and so some soccer stadiums off to the left, football stadium where that big football is off to the right. But the place that we are going to deliver to right now is just this building marked university. Passed it a couple times. They've had different trailers in that spot. Now they got a Newmont one. Last time they had a Dunkin' Donuts, and one of the times I went, there was no trailer there at all. But we're going to go ahead and try to park right next to that Newmont. I think we're far enough away where we can turn it in. Maybe just get a little bit more distance. Wish you could take some more of these roads. There's a lot more pickups that would be possible. Hit the horn, let them know we're coming back. I think we've got a good enough angle. I might have to go up on the curb a little bit when I'm rounding it out. Got to really thread the needle. Perfect. Oh, darn near perfect. Sticking out in the street a little bit. Let's go ahead, and our delivery drop-off time is 11:53, so we'll write that down. Oh, let me get the track IR turned off. Make you guys sick. Sorry about that. All right. We're looking good. I'm going to go drop this off, and I will be right back. Okay, that was a pretty easy delivery. Before we go any further, promised you guys you take a look at the university. So we got tennis courts, we got soccer fields, we got the main stadium up here, and of course I'm going to assume that everything around here is either dorms and or office buildings. Max Wichter Arena. Gotcha. So rendered pretty good, except for that hill. Kind of wish that didn't happen, but yeah, parking garages, academic buildings. This is where the university would be. Nice little park here. Flag of Arkansas. Nice. There's another little building that belongs to the university. Didn't see any place to really drop off here. I got it in pretty close. I couldn't really get too much further out of the street. But anyway. All right, let's go ahead and get on to our next one. We've got one that's right down the road. Oh, by the way, with this one, we actually started our pickups as well. We only have one more drop-off. So we actually just kind of slid it off to the side, and we did a 2-for-1 here. So we dropped off some fertilizer here that they're going to use for the fields, but we also picked up 1 pallet of university apparel. So they're sending out their hats and sweaters and everything that that the university's selling. People order online. So we got 1 pallet of their apparel. Get the 4-ways off now. We are just making our way down the road here. We got a drop off and pickup. We've officially started our pickups, and I haven't had any indication from the headquarters that we've got any additional, so we're going to be doing about 4 or 5 more to pull into here. And this is actually a place where you can get repairs, but we are going to mark it as a place where we can drop off today. We're going to drop off to that gate right there. I had a few more cars in here the last time I did this, so this is probably going to be a little bit easier. And go forward just a little bit, and just need to get it to turn slightly. Hit the horn, let them know we're coming back. No one on that side that's close. We'll back up and get it as close to that fence as possible so we can offload this. So what we've got here for this drop-off is we're dropping off 2 pallets of oil, engine oil, and we're also going to take 2 pallets of their used, and that's what we do. We are accredited through this company to both carry and store temporarily used motor oil until we can get it dropped off. We have a lot of used motor oil at our facility anyway, because that's where we're working on our trucks and stuff, so we just kind of lump it in with this business. It was convenient, so that's what we're doing. Let me go ahead and get these 2 pallets on and 2 pallets off and 2 pallets on, and we are officially in the pickup mode after this. Perfect time for lunch. It's 12:05. I will be right back with you. Okay, nice little drop off. I'm gonna go find a place to eat. Kind of like that bistro that I dropped that deep fryer off earlier. But I'm gonna go find a place to eat. I'll catch up with you in a little bit so we can do the rest of the pickups. Don't have too many pickups going on today. It took a little bit more time. It is now 2 o'clock. And we are going to head over, and we're going to be doing some pickups. So we're going to be picking up. We're going to be over at the Cruise America. This is actually going to be up in Springdale. Let me go ahead and show you the map here real fast. So what we did is we started here, made our way over to here, down past the Target. We didn't quite get to the Swift. Made our way over to here. We showed you this is that construction site in the parking lot. Made it over here. Right in here is where we dropped off for the university, and here's all their campus right in the middle. We went down the road to here, and now we're going to get on the 49 north. Or actually, we're going to get on the side road, then get on the 49, and we're going to get off and actually be in Springdale. Our pickup is going to be over here, and I'll show you some of these other places. There's tons of places to pick up and drop off here, and I'll show you all the places that would have been cool, and it looks like their driveways are accessible, but it was actually a hidden barrier, and you couldn't go in, so I couldn't get any more pickups other than this Cruise America up here. And then we're going to finish off here in the middle and go back to the shop. All right. On our way. Looking pretty good. Just about 15 feet away from being able to hit that freeway on-ramp. but we'll take this side road. We're limited a little bit more with our speed on this one, as we're just about there. Get the cruise control on, because this truck has it. So, thought it would be a little bit different idea today doing the LTL. What do you guys think about it? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is this boring for you? Are you getting any ideas, stuff that you can do to explore? I kind of see it like the same way as like the hidden roads. Only you're discovering some new stuff that you can get into and actually simulate and RP some actual drop-offs. And I'm telling you, if you see the channel, Chuck's channel, and I'll have a link down below, as he does this type of work, it's like you want to try it for sure. I was supposed to yield. Screw it. You know what? They wouldn't stop for me, so it's just AI. Normally I like to drive by the rules. This is not what Chuck would be doing, by the way. This is not reflective of anything close to what Estes Express would condone. So just want to put that out there. I'm a fake driver. Okay? I'm not at all affiliated with Chuck or Estes Express. Okay, so midway through this, I have lost my track IR, so I'm not going to be able to turn my head. I'm just going to be panning with the mouse, it looks like, because I don't want to stop the record and everything. So this is the RV shop here, Cruising America. We could go in that way. Pickup is also on this side. And this is going to be a relatively easy pickup because there's lots of room. Ah, it sucks moving that mouse. So horrible. For some reason, track IR is getting more and more sensitive. This first bay is usually where I pick everything up. Let me show you. Right over there. And it's empty, so we'll do that. Carve in, carve out. Hit the horn, let them know we're coming back. And because it's such a pain, because I don't have track IR, I'm just going to go ahead and do this from the outside. If I don't clip this. Wow. Wow, I did. I thought I would be past it. I'm so bad at driving from the outside. It's not even funny. Pull ahead a little bit more. Let's go. It was a good pace. I just started too early. And that'll be good enough for them to be able to access it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright. Drop-off time. 2:51 today. I'm going to go ahead and drop it off. I'll be right back. Dropping off, we're picking up replacement cushions, it looks like. So I talked to them, and they said on some of their RVs, they had, when the people bought the RVs, the idea was they were actually going to have upgrades on the actual cushions on the inside, and they're sending those out as they get them. So that's the whole scoop with that. Show you this nice truck and trailer skin. Again, the skin and the for the truck and the trailer come as a combo, free on the workshop. And just the SCS International and dry van. So we're pretty much all SCS today. Just keeping it super simple and really just trying to focus on what we're doing with these deliveries and checking out Arkansas and Fayetteville, Springdale. Oh, it really sucks to not be able to turn my head. I've been using track IR forever. This thing, I probably got this about 7 years ago. I was originally using it for Microsoft Flight Simulator well before I even got into American Truck Simulator. You know, I may be stopping traffic a little bit, but we don't have any other businesses to go to on this end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly you guys over and show you the other part. This is the highway that we got off of. And we made a left. But if you go further down here, they got tons of businesses, but you can't get into any of these. So this one, there's an invisible barrier. These streets are all blocked off. Tons of businesses on both sides. Here's the Lowe's where you can pick up. Interestingly enough, it's kind of like Home Depot with the orange and kind of Lowe's with the blue. It's clearly the same exact layout as Home Depot. But they just kind of rebranded it. I don't know what this place is. Just some random business, but you can't get into it. Dunkin' Donuts, you got a bank over here. Can't get into these things, do not move. Can't get down these streets, so you can't get into this other driveway, which is, it's probably invisible as well. But tons of shops here. Wells Fargo. We got KFC. Here's your Western Star. Here's your dealership. And I tried to get into here. This would have been really cool. But there's an invisible barrier here. An invisible barrier there. And this gate doesn't open to get into the truck care center. I thought they would be doing something with the truck care center at least. But this little place with the door open, it would have been nice to RP dropping off some auto parts or something like that. I don't know, transmissions or anything pretty much. 7-Eleven. Down the road, I think we've got a... so you've got a... So you can actually go this way as well. Supermarket, a couple of these places. So you can actually get jobs from Smithfield. Smithfield is really big. It basically takes over this whole block. If I were to go straight down there, you can just turn the curve, and Smithfield is this entire thing. I tried to get into here, into this Napa. Invisible barrier there, invisible barrier there, which is too bad. Like every square inch. Invisible barrier here, over here in this Dollar General. You'd think that you'd be able to pick up jobs here, but I wanted to back up into here, but there was an invisible barrier. So I assume there's probably more stuff that they're going to work on in the future to open up more of this. And then this just opens back up to a main highway, and you're pretty much out of town. But this is an invisible border as well. Both of these driveways are invisible borders. So couldn't even really hit a whole lot over here on this side, but I did want to show you how many places there were. I'm going to get back to the truck, and we're going to get back on the road. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to pop back down here, down the 49, get off at this first exit, and we're headed over to a place right across the street from Ashley Furniture, because we have to pick up used car batteries. We can also dispose of them, and it kind of makes sense because our company disposes of them ourselves. Okay, it doesn't work. I have to leave the game to be able to do it. That is horrible. Maybe it's just because it's an old model. I know they have newer versions of Track IR. I just picked the one that attaches to the hat. Back on the road down the 49. Hey, there's an RV. Bet he just picked up. I got your cushions right here, buddy. Probably going to be looking for those in the mail. Alright, not going too far, just doing this first exit here. Hear the Jake on this Paccar. Like most modern trucks, it doesn't sound like anything. A little bit of a letdown. Or as Dan would call it, a lunchbox letdown. I think is what he says. Lunchbox, lunch pail, lunchbox, let down. I really don't want to sit here and wait through this light. I'll skip this part for you guys. Okay, we are back. Got track IR going. And our stop is just up here on the right, where again we are dropping off or picking up used car batteries. It's really a pain when that track IR is gone. It took me almost 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes of staring at the screen to get out, have it close, all the entry and loading screens and everything. I wish track IR would fix that. So we're going back in that corner where those bays are. That is what we're doing. We got to pull up maybe a little bit more, let him know we're going to pull back there. And hopefully there isn't anyone right behind us. But we're going to have to make this... I didn't go far enough. I can already tell you I did not go far enough. I'm going to have to jackknife this thing. I'm going to go ahead and pull up here. Because, I mean, I have to go back at a really, really deep angle here. Let's get it lined up. That'll probably work. Pull it around now. This is probably one of the most difficult ones that I'm doing today. But after a lot of practice, I am getting better. Believe it or not, yes, this is better. You didn't want to see what it was before, trust me. I'm going to take out that sign. Straighten her out. And we'll stop just short, just like that. Okay, brake on. And we'll go ahead and get this this is the second to, or third to last. All right, so our next delivery, we are going right across the street to Ashley, but we got to go around the corner so that we can get to the actual loading and unloading dock. We should have a dock available depending on how many trailers there are. The good thing is, if I need to offload or load anything, I do have a backup option in that lift gate there in the back. Otherwise, what happens, and I see Chuck talk about this all the time on his channel, is if those docks are not available, you just have to sit and wait your turn. All right, we are pulling into the Ashley now. Ashley Furniture Store. And maybe there's enough room to back up. What I did before is I kind of did a U-turn into these bays here. There might be enough room for us to just turn around, though. That would probably be smarter. Hopefully we don't jackknife the trailer. There we go. A little bit of a blind spot here till we can get this turned around. We're looking good on that side. We'll go into this closest bay. This closest dock. Let's pull up just a tad and stall the engine. I only did that about 2 or 3 times on this drive. When I was first in here, I could have probably changed the engine and transmission to where it doesn't do that, because that doesn't happen usually on the stuff that I drive. This is just kind of stock stuff that's coming with these trucks. Not really giving it much thought other than trying to keep it true to a 10-speed, like Chuck drives. And see if we can bump the dock here without going through it. There we go. Brakes on. Second to last delivery. I will be right back. All right, got that one dropped off, or picked up rather. This is turning out to be a long video. Trust me, however long it is, it took me way, way longer to make it. That's why I don't do these things, but maybe once every 3 or 4 months, because there's a lot of planning, a lot of looking around the whole city and finding all these places to go. But if you look at the map, just on the GPS there, the shop is directly ahead, but we can't go through it yet, so we got to make a right and go around. We're basically going to end up. Yeah, that makes sense. Totally, you're right away. Who programs this AI? Like, wherever these people are, they have different driving rules than in the U.S., that's for sure. Or it's just AI. I'd imagine it'd be pretty difficult to actually program this AI traffic in, because they're supposed to have, like, I mean, they do. Once you get like 2 inches past the line, cross traffic stops because you've passed like a trigger. But also for them to be able to do random stuff, or maybe it's all programmed. I don't know. But it just seems like maybe the triggers need to be changed a little bit. It's almost like they're programmed to go in circles and turn on a left, just like we're making, and they just turn regardless of if there's any cross traffic. Maybe mix that up with a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of a sensor that if the game truck is in the way, maybe wait. I don't know. I'm just yapping. I'm just complaining. Another light, so we're going to go ahead and speed this up. All right, so when we came out from the street that we're about to turn left on, where that blue car is, and we made a left, and that's where we kind of started our little adventure today. So we're coming. Oh, I'm not waiting for that. I'm sorry. Give me the ticket. By the way, I have about 15 tickets on this drive. There's the home base, but we do have one more drop-off. Or, sorry, damn, I missed it again. One more pickup. It is some used gym equipment from this place marked Gym. Go ahead and get our four-ways on. We are going to back in here, but we're going to do this one right. We are going to do this one right. They're not going to creep up on us. We're going to give us plenty of space, plenty of distance to be able to do this. We're going to get this one right. Get this last one good. Still going to be a steep turn. Might have to go over the curb for it, but we need to get past that pole, that's for sure. Sorry about your lawn. Got to make the turn. And we'll go a little farther. Still need to watch out for that pole. Now we're going to clip it with the cab. Try to make it to one of those back doors. Or one of those doors over there. We're going to clip our mirror. Oh, and we'll stop. Let's see how close we made that. Hey, not too bad. Oh, perfect. Right up to it. If they don't have a forklift, we got that drop gate there. Oh, that's perfect. I could have gone a little bit farther down the street before I started making that turn, because that's probably the third place that I've dropped off where I've had to make more than a 90-degree turn, and blind. But that's why that window's there. So that was our final pickup of the day. It is 4:11. Perfect. Not too bad at all. We'll be able to make it in there well before 5. And I haven't gotten any indication from the boss that we're doing anything else today. So we've got all of our stuff. And what happens now is we got all our pickups, and we're going to offload it, or other people that work there are going to offload it and figure out where it's going. Some of it's going to go to Santa Fe. Some of it's going to go to Austin. Some of it's going to go to Tulsa. And they'll put all that with other items that go to the same place, and then they'll truck those off in those twin pups to do more of the regional stuff. So the 53 footers are just like the local work. I'm just going to back it up over there by those bins, and then they can figure it out. Got the windows down, got the four-ways on. Oop. Got to pay attention to what we're doing here. Bring it as close to the building as possible so that the other people can still have room to maneuver here. And we don't want to hit those bins anyway. I think that'll be pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this detached, and they can deal with that. I'll go sign out, give them all my paperwork that I picked up today, and that's pretty much going to do it. Get everything detached. Perfect. Might as well pull this in. I'm going to need actually not much fuel was used. We're just kind of running locally, so I'll just take it back and put it in its spot where I found it, which would normally be, I would love to get Estes branding for Jab Mod Shop's garage. That way it feels like more of an open garage, just like the Estes plants are, and not driving into a building. So maybe that will happen on the next one. All right. Windows up. Lights are off. And that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for coming along on the drive. I thought that would be unique, be different. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell if you haven't already, because you can see all my videos that way. Wouldn't want you to miss anything. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Take care.